We welcome you back to the Hoop Central YouTube channel. We got another episode of the Women's Basketball Now podcast here for you. And as always, this is Hamilton Neal, your host, joining you again today. Very excited to have another episode here back into the audio version of Women's Basketball Now. And again, just very excited for all the topics and all the things that we have going on in women's college basketball. And today we're talking exclusively about the UConn women's basketball team, as the Huskies have received a commitment from a top 2023 prospect. All the details coming up on that in just a moment. But before we get started, we want to remind you that you want to subscribe. Definitely click the subscribe button. Give us a like as well. Leave a comment if you wish. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And when you do that, you will get notified whenever we put out a new video just like this one. And again, late month here of June. Getting ready for July. We have a very big month coming up in July with all the content that we have. Women's Basketball Now. We're going to try to get Around the W going, our WNBA podcast, and among some other things as well. It's mainly going to be Women's Basketball Now, maybe a little bit of Around the W, and maybe some other shorts and things like that. So definitely thank you for tuning in yet again, and let's get right to what we have today. Again, news out of the UConn women's basketball program, as the team has received a commitment from 2023 four-star guard Qadence Samuels. This came on Saturday morning. The 6'2 guard from Forestville, Maryland, announced the news on Twitter, and she's the third class of 2023 player to commit to UConn, joining five-star guards Ashlyn Shade and KK Arnold. Shade is ranked 6th, Arnold is ranked 7th, and Samuels is ranked 35th in the class according to ESPN. And her other offers included Tennessee, North Carolina, Miami, Florida State, Georgia Tech, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, Pitt, and Mississippi State, among others. And again, kind of a surprise pickup here for the UConn women's basketball team. We really did not see coming another commitment in the class of 2023, especially from a player that's ranked at this point number 35 in the class according to ESPN, and Qadence Samuels, someone that really at least wasn't as much on our radar, and I think wasn't on the radar of other UConn fans as much. Obviously, with UConn recruiting, sometimes they keep things close to the vest, and when a player commits, especially a lower-ranked player, sometimes it comes out of the blue like this, and that's definitely what the case was for us. We were very surprised to see this news come in Saturday morning, just to see another commitment in the 2023 class, because we had heard some news about Chloe Kitts, UConn possibly recruiting her. Obviously, Madison Booker is a player that UConn is still in the mix with, but we didn't hear as much about Qadence Samuels. But she is definitely a player that is raising her stock and that is continuing to turn heads in the 2023 class. And we have got a scouting report here just to give you an idea of some of the things that she does well. She is confident and improving as a jump shooter from the mid-range, but also from the three-point line as well. This is probably her biggest area of improvement. It's been her outside shooting ability. She is a good pull-up shooter from the elbows, is very quick, shifty, she runs the floor well with effort, and she is constantly putting in work on the defensive end. And that is how you earn early playing time at UConn. It's committing to the defensive end. And if you're going to play for this team, it's not just about offense, but putting in work on the defensive end. You know, whether you're a freshman or a senior, you have to put in effort on the defensive side of the ball, because that's what Geno wants. He wants effort and he wants consistency on that side. And again, how much early playing time she gets, we don't know at this point. As, a four-star recruit, I see her maybe riding the bench early for a little while, learning the system and getting acclimated to what they do, and then eventually maybe getting in there, because at 6'2", she has good size playing the guard spot, and I really think can develop into a good wing type of player for the Huskies. So I feel like with Shade, with Arnold, and with Samuels now, this is a strong 2023 class. Again, we'll see how things go early, but very exciting news for the UConn women's basketball team, as they've picked up Qadence Samuels, 6'2 guard from Forestville, Maryland, and again, a lot of other good schools recruited her. Like I said, Tennessee, North Carolina, Miami, Florida State, just some of the other schools on her, but decides to go with UConn and decides to kind of bet on herself, go into that program and try to prove herself and go in there and try to get some playing time. So that's all the time we have on this episode of Women's Basketball Now. We thank you for taking the time, as always, to watch. And as we said at the top, make sure to give this video a like, leave a comment if you would like as well, subscribe to the Hoop Central YouTube channel, and when you do that, again, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. This is Hamilton Neal signing off. I'll see you on the next show. Thank you for watching.